know you're smart, and I'm proud of you. I want you to make some friends this summer.
Meet Scotty Smalls.
Get it! The kid is a L7 winning. My life's over.
Man, this is baseball. You gotta stop thinking. Just have fun.
Climb trees, hop fences, get into trouble.
Just stand there and stick your glove out in the air. I'll take care of it.
Now he's in.
Yeah! All right!
With the coolest guys in the neighborhood. They've got the look.
When's peppercorn? Wow. Hey, girls.
They've got the moves. They've got the rap.
Blockhead, geek, jerk, idiot, moron. You pop apples in the toilet, and you like it. You play ball like a girl.
I got it!
Oh, no.
But something else has got their ball.
That wasn't my ball.
His father gave it to him. Babe Ruth signed that ball.
We gotta get that ball back.
You got any bright ideas?
Initiate retrieval section number 1. Power connect. Come on, hold it. It's heavy. Now. Mommy, look at Doggy. Ooh, a big doggy.
20th Century Fox presents
Hey guys, it's the Sandlot baby!
You're the one that's making all that racket.
A Lifetime of Adventure.
Come on, Squid, you can do it. Go through, bud. Little pervert.
The Sandlot. A little piece of paradise. A half a block wide and a whole season long.
Scotty, have you made any friends yet?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mom.
Well, I'm sure some of you that do follow the Chip Codroach channel probably are wondering why I have not reviewed The Sandlot yet, since I like to do a lot of 90s movies. So here we go. I am finally going to review The Sandlot, which is part of my, I guess, 4th of July collection. I used to watch this on the 4th of July often. Well, I have. You were just sleeping. So I am about to review it right after this wonderful commercial from our wonderful toy car company. And I will do that in just a second.
Your Ford dealer is celebrating the #1 selling cars and trucks in the West with his 4th of July celebration. Save big on a tough Ford Ranger, a front-wheel drive Tempo, the all-new Ford Escort, and more. All at great 4th of July prices. Plus, get 8.8% financing on a tough full-size Ford pickup. So come into the 4th of July celebration now. Our hats are off to you for making Ford #1 3 years running. Hurry, ends July 7th.
Well, this is an interesting commercial here. So I wonder what the sale is. Buy a Ford truck, get a Tempo for free. That would be quite a sale, but a free Ford Tempo, you would end up paying a lot in repairs in the first day. Yes, I did actually see a broken down Ford in a Ford dealership. That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen on the way back from college. So moving on, the movie The Sandlot that came out in 1993, the summer of 1993. That was a huge year, yes. There is a reason for that. The movies were just that good. And yes, we did do Dookie of the Year. That did come out in 1993 with this movie. So, Rookie of the Year came out in the same year. Yes, we did. We did Rookie of the Year. We did Little Big. Well, Little Big League came out in 1995. But that's not really the point. 1993 was a humongous year for a lot of movies. And like I said, a lot of them did get lost in the shuffle. This was not one of them. This was one of the top movies of that summer. This, I believe, did beat out Rookie of the Year. So the story is very simple. Scotty Smalls, played by Tom, I believe it's pronounced Gyrie. He was in the movie Lassie and also Black Hawk Down. And he is Scotty Smalls in this movie. He moves to California, and he doesn't have any friends. He's not real athletic, but in real life, he knew how to play baseball. So in this, he had to look like he didn't know how to catch or throw. So now the now Benny Rodriguez, who lives on the block, he kind of took him. I guess you can say he invited them to play with the rest of the gang that play at the Sandlot, who aren't exactly very welcoming to new people that don't know how to play. And Benny Rodriguez he looks like he's going to go places. He's a very good baseball player. So he is actually patient with him. He sort of teaches him how to play. And Scotty Smalls' parents were in movies. Dennis Leary is in this movie. He plays his stepdad. Dennis Leary was in Draft Day, which we reviewed. He was in the show The Job. He was in Operation Dumbo Drop. He was in the movie The Ref. It's okay if you don't know him. He's a wannabe comedian who is not funny. And Karen Allen, I know you're going to ask who that is. I'm waiting for, yep. She was in Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and she was also in Indiana Jones, The Crystal Skull. She was also in Animal House. Poor Karen Allen gets no love. Oh, she was also in Scrooged.
Nope.
With your favorite actor, Bill Murray. Okay, so we just went over Karen Allen. So, let's see. So, Dennis Leary. Oh, yes. And Mike Vitar, who plays Benny Rodriguez. Pretty short resume there. He was obviously in this movie, he was in D2 The Mighty Ducks, and he was also in D3. Dryer's done. So, that's Mike Vitar. Art LaFleur plays a little quick part in this movie. He actually plays Babe Ruth. And we know him from, there was actually a Coke and Pepsi commercial. That was one thing. Yes, well, that was the whole point. Art LaFleur sold Pepsi, another guy sold Coke, uh, and then they kind of traded the pops, and the one guy drank the Pepsi and didn't want to give it back. So it was a Pepsi commercial. They are in cahoots in some ways. It's all a game. So I'm trying to think what else he was in a lot of movies. I believe he was also in Field of Dreams. He didn't really have any real big parts. I think he may have been. No, I'm not going to say he was in The Natural because I don't think he was. Oh, he was in the Santa Claus 3, I believe. So I'm trying to remember Art LaFleur, but now we'll get to um, James Earl Jones. He was he of course was. Oh, well, no, I know that, but I forgot his. Oh, Mister. Oh, I forgot his name in the movie. That's all right. I'll think of it. He is the guy with the very big dog named Hercules, Mr. Merle, I believe it. It'll come to me eventually. Anyways, James Earl Jones, of course, he was the voice of Darth Vader. He was the voice of Mufasa in The Lion King. He was in A Family Thing. He was in The Hunt for Red October. He was in Clear Present Danger, Patriot Games, and I know I'm missing. I thought I already said The Field of Dreams. I did not say The Field of Dreams. Of course, he had to put up with Kevin Costner's poor acting. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else he was in that is notable. I'm sure. Oh, he was also in an episode of The Big Bang Theory. So James Earl Jones has been around for a while, and unfortunately, he is missed because he just passed away not long ago. And there's some other co-stars in this movie that I will get to. So, and of course, the Sandlot here. I told part of the story. So Scotty Smalls does learn how to play baseball. He also he learns to hang out with these other group of pretty wild kids. They go to the pool and cause some problems there. They have they have a camp out at their treehouse, and Scotty Smalls learns what a s'more is. Oh, wait till you see these clips. You will be very surprised at how sheltered he actually is. He's kind of a nerdy, smart kid that just doesn't have a lot of friends. So eventually he does learn how to play baseball, and he snags his stepdad's baseball that is signed by Babe Ruth. He hits his home run over the fence, and they can't go next door to get it because there's a big giant dog that is pretty much guarding the backyard, and they call it the Beast. So it is a very interesting movie. It's very, very funny. So I'm sure you will enjoy some of the clips that I'm going to show, but it's 20th Century Fox. So hopefully 26 minutes into this video, it doesn't go to block. So I will show the first clip in just a second.
It was the greatest place I'd ever seen anyway. But they were good. Real good. And all I had was a plastic toy mitt that my grandmother gave me for my birthday when I was 6. But when I got there, I probably never would have gone.
So this is the first clip I wanted to get to show his ugly hat and his plastic mitt and his baseball attire. It doesn't really look like it looks like it's more like a business casual office clothes that he is wearing to this I guess baseball hangout, if you want to call it that. So this movie is kind of a I do like how they did call this movie The Sandlot because it is this is pretty much their little pickup game here. It's also their hangout instead of people playing on their phones or playing video games. This is what people did in the 60s. I do have to look up when this movie is taking place because I am a nitpicker. There are quite a few mistakes in this movie, but of course the director, of course, is I forgot his name. I'll come up with that as well. He did a lot of clunkers. This is one of his more successful movies. He did do Radio Flyer, which was all right, but he also did what? But he also did First Kid. He did the movie Ed. He did The Sandlot 2. So he has done some major flops. So this one isn't bad, but there are mistakes. The Benny Rodriguez is wearing an LA Dodgers hat. I believe the Dodgers still played in Brooklyn when this movie is taking place. So that is just one of them. So now I will show the clip here where Scotty is trying to play baseball. So I know we're going to have to press pause a couple times because they like to prolong this scene. So I will show that in just a second. Well, this didn't go well. So yeah, I guess he first of all he can't catch, so he fell. And throwing the ball, maybe it didn't look any better. It looked like D League softball slow pitch. It looked horrible. And the kids, of course, they didn't exactly they didn't try to help him out. They just kind of laughed at him, except for Benny Rodriguez with the fake LA Dodgers hat. So and the kids there, and of course you got the Ham Porter playing Patrick Renner playing catcher there. He is the loudmouth who was a last minute reprieve to play that role and did very, very well. And Patrick Renner, we know him from the stupid Big Green movie. And he co-starred in some other stuff as well. You never saw the Big Green? No. Don't. So I mean, this was obviously his best role. This is what he's known for. Actually, that's what a lot of these kids are known for is playing in this movie. So now the good news is Scotty does have a stepdad, and yes, it's Dennis Leary. He's annoying, but in this, he's all right, I guess. So he is going to teach him how to play or how to he's going to try to teach him how to catch a ball, and he realizes that his skills are incredibly limited at best. So, of course, because it's 20th Century Fox, I can only show just a little bit of what he's showing him. So now Scotty's mother does, he wants him to make friends. She wants him to get into some kind of trouble so he's not cooping himself in his room playing with his erector set. I think that's what it's called. They're those metal toys that you put together. And what he did was he made a catapult that hit a marble and hit his mother in the head. So, so now I will show Dennis Leary, who is the stepdad. He is trying to be the father figure, and he's doing his best. Now, remember, Scotty has a plastic mitt. I've never actually heard of these, so let me know if they still make them. So I will show that clip in just a second. I have to say, at least he caught it, but he did lose his plastic made in China mitt. So he caught it, but of course he has a pretty big shiner. So now he sits outside playing with this little plastic thingy, and Benny comes over and he wants him to play, so he makes 9 guys. So now he introduces them to the rest of the um, wonderful, nice, kind, caring, cleverly crafted group of really, really nice kids. So I will.
Your sarcasm is annoying.
It is not. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Go. It's Timmy and Tommy Timmons. Mike Spitz Pelladors. Alan McClendon, we call him Yeah Yeah. Bertram Grover Weeks. Kenny DeNunez. And Hamilton Porter. Call him Ham. Guys, this is Scott Smalls.
Hi.
So here are all the nice little introductions, and I do like how they're just spitting out their skittles pretty much as he is introducing them. So we have all their names there, and there's obviously too many to get through that I didn't really mention. I know that the one guy that does play Squints, I believe his last name is Lepardi. I have to look at his first name. He was in the show Freaks and Geeks, and he actually played a bully in that show. I think his name was Alan White. So he plays Squints, who has the glasses, and of course he has the famous pool scene. Now, this movie was filmed in Utah, so these were, I believe, these were record-setting heat. This was a record-setting summer for them. It got over 100 degrees several times when they were shooting. A couple of the kids actually, from what I heard, they passed out during the filming. So, and they're playing baseball in these 1960s clothes. So, so now after the introductions, they do play, and Scotty Smalls, of course, struggles at first, but then we will find out what magically happens. So this will blow fake sports guys' minds. So I will show this clip in just a second. Well, I know that this is just a movie, but could this ever happen? No.
What's your iPhone? Tell me.
Well, the thing is, and of course, fake sports guys don't know this, but you actually catch a ball. Yes, you have to catch it with your hands, but you mostly catch it with your eyes. I know people are going to disagree with me, and that's fine, but they're wrong. And then also throwing a ball, it looks easy. It is not. It actually does take practice. You just can't get this on the second or third try, whatever you want to call it. So, but again, this is just the magic of movies, so he is magically good. But like we said, though, in real life, he really did play Little League Baseball. And I guess his coach was upset that, which I don't know why, that he played so poorly in the movie, but that was the writing of the story. I don't think it's a big deal. So, and the director is, I believe, David Mikey Evans.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, it's fine. I read his work, and if you even want to call it work, I call it a lot of F work. So, so what happens next is so there is a scene where um, Ham, played by Patrick Renner, hits a home run, and the thing is, when you hit a home run, they are done for the entire day. Now, a ball is 99 cents, and back then that was a lot of money. And also, when I watched this movie, I actually thought baseballs cost 99 cents. And when I went to a Bison's game, yeah, I didn't have enough money to buy one. I had 99 cents right on the nose. They were so now to answer questions. Yes, the Buffalo Bisons is the AAA team now to the Toronto Blue Jays. At this time, I believe it was the Cleveland Indians, because people aren't going to know who the Bisons are. But yes, and Buffalo does have a AAA baseball team. So, anyways, I'm trying to think where I left off. Oh yes, the baseball. So, uh, and of course, Scotty Smalls tries to go over the fence, and they all bring him down because they are afraid of the really big dog.
Not that big.
They may have over. They pretty much look like fools, but I'm not going to get into that just yet. And it is Mr. Myrtle that lives in that house. Oh, and by the way, there was also a window broken that they really don't bring up during this. But yes, the kid that hits a home run actually does break a window.
Yeah, how do you do that? The ball was in the yard.
I'm not saying this.
Like the window goes through the window.
I'm not saying this movie's mistake free. There are several of them in this movie that have been pointed out time and time again. It doesn't, but it's a comedy movie. It's a family movie. It's not made. It's not meant to make sense. So, anyways, so they explain the beast to him. That's what they call the dog. And now they are in their little treehouse at night doing a camp out. And Scott Smalls is going to get made fun of once again.
Oh.
So I'm going to show that clip in just a second.
S'more? S'more what? No, you want a s'more? I haven't had anything yet, so how can I have some more of nothing? You're killing me, Smalls.
Well, here's the part here with the s'more, and leave it to Porky Pig to be the one who just is in charge of making the food. So I bet you I'll give this guy probably 20 years, and pretty soon he is going to be the one who's going to take a dump and blow out his back, and probably go to the chiropractor every single day. So he does teach him. So something else Smalls has to learn is what a s'more is. I wonder if he even knew what a treehouse was. They probably had to explain that to him as well, but then that would just be a 3-hour movie. So there he is in the treehouse. He also learns about the fake story to the beast that Squints pretty much tells him this humongous tall tale. And of course, Squints' great grandpa, of course, was in his little made up story. So, and he pretty much talked about Mr. Myrtle and how this beast ate 200 pounds of raw beef. So he just went on and on. And so, anyway, so the next scene, they end up, so what they do to get a baseball is they collect bottles, pop bottles, and stuff like that to cash them in, get a ball. And because it's too hot, they go to the pool. And like I said, there was record setting heat in Utah that year. But it turns out when they were shooting the pool scene, this great genius director decides to film the pool scene when it's overcast. It's probably 70 degrees, and the pool water is 56. Now I'm going to have to take a hot bath because that just sounds really, really cold. Or I'll just jump in my coffee pot tomorrow morning. So, yes, this is the famous pool scene that I will show. When I saw this in theaters, I thought my mom was going to, I think she was actually crying in the movie theater at this scene. So now, if you are not a fan of Ric Flair, you are not going to like this scene here. So I'm going to show the pool scene in just a second. Well, so this is the famous pool scene here, and my mom was
That's
just.
probably gonna get cut.
It's probably going to get cut because 20th Century Fox is like that. So yes, my mom enjoyed this scene. I meant to say that she was laughing so hard that she was crying, and my dad was too. So yes, this scene really did catch us off guard. No pun intended, due to lifeguard. So uh, now the director did say he told the kid that was kissing the lifeguard to please keep your tongue in your mouth. And this was on numerous sites that I did read. So I'm just going to assume that it's true. So obviously, this kid is pulling a Charlie Sheen, Ric Flair, and I'm sure I'm missing some others in there as well. Probably no, Hugh Hefner never actually cheated on his wife. I'll throw a Bill Clinton in there too. So obviously, he really did get. Oh, don't point at me. So obviously, Squint's here. I don't think he's going to need glasses after that because I'm pretty sure his vision is now going to go 20/20. So obviously, this lifeguard is not happy. They all throw their clothes out of the locker room, and all of them get banned from the pool just by being guilty of association. So I don't know how you want to call this a win or loss. Obviously, Squints thinks it's a huge win. And like I said, this I wonder how many cuts they actually did in this scene because I would be get really mad if I was in a cold pool. So now I will show the next scene here. This is why I'm actually doing this movie to begin with, is because of the 4th of July scene, which is one of my favorite scenes of the movie. So I will show that clip in just a second. Yes, this is. Yes, I know I'm kind of a dork for liking this part, but this is one of my favorite parts of the movie because yes, I did like going to Buffalo Bison games at night because that is the time that I really enjoy. I really enjoyed those night games, and I did like the Friday Night Bash because I did have the fireworks. And I'm a little shocked at how amazed the kids were at the fireworks because they do this every year. So wouldn't they expect this? So, but it was really cool. Maybe hey, maybe the kids saw this for the first time. Maybe this was their first. Maybe they actually shot these at night. I don't really know. So maybe they really were amazed by it. So anyways, before the scene here, of course, Ham was chowing down on 30 hot dogs. So him and so they mentioned Babe Ruth a lot in this movie. So I think Ham and the Babe there have a lot in common because Babe Ruth was known for chowing down quite a few hot dogs before a baseball game. And I know you're giving me a look, but that is very, very true. That is not a false statement. Babe Ruth did not take care of himself at all. So, but yet he hit several home runs. He didn't need steroids. He did it on junk food. So now, so there is a real little league team that wants to pick a fight with these. I guess they call them fake baseball players. So Ham and the captain. I guess we got sirens going off. Oh, it's a fire truck. Little fire going on here. So, well, it isn't here, but it's in our town. Probably a smoker. So, anyways, so they're gonna have a little argument, and I guess the director actually let these kids go at it. I guess the this was not. I guess they didn't actually have lines for this. They actually let them kind of trade insults. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Come on! We'll take you on right here, right now! Come on! You moron! Scab eater! Butt sniffer! Puss licker! Fart smeller! You eat dog crap for breakfast, geek! You make your weed with your mama told you! Yeah!
Well, here's the little name calling thing here, and this was improvised. So now, how much of it I really don't know. So now this is a real little league team against these. I guess you want to call them misfits. one thing you got to take account is these misfits play baseball every single day, and this is in California, so they probably do play in the summer every day. And if I had to guess, probably after school as well. So now I will show the scene of let's see how the two teams do together. Let's see who wins this wonderful game they're going to have. But they have to get home before noon because poor Ham has to eat his lunch. Probably Bella Pizza. So I will show the next clip in just a second. So this little game that they played, was it even a game? It probably wasn't even, not even close. I think they pretty much beat the bejeebers out of them. So obviously, this has to do with them practicing even at the Sandlot. You know, this it's not a perfect field. It's actually kind of in some ways rough conditions. That's how most professional athletes actually train. Jerry Rice used to practice on a mountain with uneven rock. So the best training is actually to do it in the rougher of conditions.
I don't think that's a very smart idea.
It is and it's not.
On rock.
Well, rocks going up an uneven mountain or a hill
I'm
or
gonna baseball on an uneven mountain.
well,
Always play on a
I'm
mountain.
talking about running, conditioning, doing all that kind of stuff. I mean, when they're doing basic training in the army, they're training in rain and all this other nonsense. So anyway, so they decide to celebrate because I looked this stuff up. They don't stop training because there's rain.
I know.
so so anyway, so they decide to celebrate. So they go to a lawn fete. Ham probably eats all the cotton. It's like a carnival.
Why did you say carnival?
Was they're called lawn fates?
It's called carnival.
Okay, fine. They're called carnivals. So I'm sure Ham eats all the cotton candy, the fried dough. I'm sure he eats all the hot dogs, the pretzels. There's no food left because Ham's there. So anyway, so they decide to celebrate. So what do they bring with them? You're about to find out.
Baseball?
Sure, we'll go with that.
I'm saving it for a good time.
What is it?
Big Chief. The best.
She's small. I suppose you don't even know who the babe is either.
I tried.
I'm not even on it.
So this is well, yeah, 20th Century Fox might actually hit me with this. So yes, so what they decide to celebrate with is chewing tobacco. I wish I never tried that. I'm not gonna lie.
You're disgusting.
It was disgusting. I had a
Did you
similar.
swallow it?
I didn't swallow the whole thing, but it you're supposed to pack it, put it down into your gums, and unfortunately mine just busted open. So I tried to spit it out, and some of it didn't really get into the sink. So yes, I did swallow some of the juices. These guys swallowed a lot. These guys actually chewed it like gum. You're not supposed to do that. So as you can see that they pretty much tossed out their dinner, and of course Ham's pretty much puked out all 20 of his. So I can't remember what they used for the chewing tobacco in this movie. Don't worry. Obviously, it wasn't real chewing tobacco. It was probably chocolate, or maybe beef
It looked like
jerky. Yeah, I don't think it was though. I think he used something else. But anyways, it wasn't real chewing tobacco. And the throw up was pea soup and baked beans. So no, the kids really did get sick on this ride because they did several takes. So they were on this ride several times. So yeah, some of them actually did get sick. So
I wanted to get sick watching it.
So just imagine riding a ride like that with swallowed chewing tobacco. So, anyways, so moving on. So Benny, turns out that after this little incident happened, Scotty's stepdad went. He's going out of town on business. So later on, Benny does hit a home run. He busts the guts out of a baseball. So now they need a baseball. So Scotty snags the baseball that's signed by Babe Ruth. So let's see what happens when he does that. I'm sure playing with a Babe Ruth signed ball is a great idea. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Hold it.
Right, yes! Ready to go to school, me! We gotta get that ball back. Oh, yeah, right. Good one, Small. Yeah, good one, Small.
Forget about it, man. Just get another ball.
No, you don't understand.
Sure we do. You feel bad because you built our homework. Now we can't play no more.
No, you don't understand. That wasn't my ball. Dad's. I stole it from his trophy room. It was a present or something. Somebody gave it to him. But we gotta give it back. He's gonna kill me. Some lady named Ruth. Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth!
Well, apparently I have a guest. Stimpy is wasn't too happy when I made a comment about Babe Ruth. So yes, the ball went over the fence. Now, obviously Scotty Smalls is not too happy. They just knocked his a very expensive item over the wall there. He just isn't aware of how much. His stepdad's ball is now home run meat to the beast or the dog behind the fence. So we see the Babe Ruth signature go over, and Scotty is just not happy about it. He doesn't even round second base to go to third. Technically, he's out. He's way out of the baseline. So then he says that the the ball's over. It's not his ball. It's his stepdad's. And a lady signed her name. And then he says Baby Ruth. Of course, this doesn't go over well with the 8 other people. They pretty much say that he just played with a baseball signed by Babe Ruth, and that wasn't a good idea because it's worth a ton of money. Now, what Benny says is he was the greatest baseball player that ever lived. After reading up on Babe Ruth, I strongly disagree with that.
Well, his mother
Oh, she doesn't know anything. He just hit home runs. Well, okay, he was a pitcher too. I guess he was all right, but when you look at batting averages and all that other stuff, he wasn't even close. He was good. I'm not saying he was bad, but everybody loved the fat idiot. So, anyways, well, he was. So, so, anyways, he, so yeah, so Babe Ruth, and please comment below if you think he was the greatest baseball player of all time. I also will put Ty Cobb in front of him, Joe DiMaggio. I'll put him in front of him. I'll put Mickey Mantle in front of him as well. Well, I am, and I'm Shoeless Joe Jackson. I might even Babe Ruth has a strikeout record as well. He struck out a lot. So, but everybody just loves the home runs. They don't care about strategy. That's fake sports people at their best. So, so moving on. So now they are trying to get this ball back. And Smalls does say, why don't we just go over to Mr. Myrtle's house and ask for it back? Very nice little gesture. Very brave to go over there next door. But Squints, being Squints, says that's a really dumb idea. We will find out in just a couple more clips how dumb that idea would have been. So now they are going to try to get it back. So we will show one of the contraptions since this was the 90s and I do say this is the contraption era of movies. So we will just show one of their contraptions. Will it work? Let's find out. So this is the little contraption. This is one of the several contraptions that they tried to make. So this one obviously does not go as planned, and believe me, there is several more. So so now something else that I would like to add here is the guy that plays Marty York was in a episode of Boy Meets World, and he was also in the movie It. He was one of the kids in that movie. So the one that had asthma, and then also the Brandon Quinton Michaels, I think, or no, and Brandon Quinton Adams was also in the two Mighty Duck movies. So he was also in that. And yes, for being a pitcher, he also gave up a home run to the great Hambino and also Benny Rodriguez. He might want to work on his pitching just a little bit. So moving on, there was a funny part here with Babe Ruth that I did not show. Is when he goes to Benny's room and tells him to go to pretty much attack the beast in a way to confront him. He has pulls up a card of Hank Aaron. And now, when I first saw this movie, I didn't know who Babe Ruth was. I was not taught about baseball history until I got a Legends of Baseball book. So Hank Aaron actually broke Babe Ruth's overall home run record. So that's why he keeps the card. He says, "I don't know why, but I want to keep this." So Hank Aaron does break his overall record. Now I found out that this movie is taking place in 1962, and also Babe Ruth's single season home run record was beat in 1961 by Roger Maris. So, and we know that from the movie 61 that I did review. I just thought of that now. So, so now I will show the final clip, and we get to meet Mr. Myrtle, the mean old man, Mr. Myrtle. So I will show that clip in just a second.
First time that anybody ever got to mess with Hercules. Why didn't you just knock on the door? I'd have gotten it for you.
Well, obviously, so much for Mr. Myrtle being a mean old man. So nice job, Squints. So, so anyway, so they do end up. Mr. Myrtle knows he is in trouble because obviously, for one, he reads the signature, and then also what Scotty Smalls realizes is that this guy, Mr. Myrtle, was friends with Babe Ruth. So he ends up getting a better ball to give to his stepdad. It's actually a murderer's row ball. But all of the 1927 Yankees signed the ball, and he gives it to Scotty Smalls. The only thing is, the only catch is that they have to talk baseball with him once a week. To me, that seems like a pretty honorable trade. So, so, uh, so the guy takes the Babe Ruth chewed up ball and gives him the 1927 Yankees ball. So Lou Gehrig is on there along with many others. So, and Lou Gehrig, I think, was probably a better overall player than Babe Ruth. That's besides the
Oh
point.
my god.
So, so he ends up getting the ball back, and obviously there's going to be some consequences with Scotty Smalls and his stepdad, but we don't really know what those are. You're going to have to find that out for yourself. So now, for my actual grading, yes, Siskel and Ebert did do it, but because we have some Roku difficulties and we have some copyright problems, I'm not going to show Siskel the Grouch and King of the Toilet Chair. But they did like it, and like Siskel the Grouch said, there were some mistakes, like I did mention. I have to read up on all of them again, but I will do that some other time. Now, this movie was terrific in the beginning, but when it got to the actual dog, that's where I started to lose interest a little bit. So I think all the kids played the parts really well. I thought the parents were good. Um, so if I really had to grade this, I would actually give this about a B. And
What's
that
wrong with the dog?
the dog was fine. I didn't like the scenes with the dog. I liked the parts before that leading up to it. I thought the parts with the little contraptions were just a little bit ridiculous.
You think?
I really have no problem with the dog. I just wish they could have done something different. Is what I was trying to get at. Even the last scene was not something I really enjoyed, even as a kid. So that's why I'm giving it the B rating. But do I recommend it? Absolutely. I think there are probably people that do disagree, and they're going to call this like an A+ rating. People love this movie. I liked it a lot, but I didn't necessarily love it. So I do believe this is on a streaming service. I recommend buying it, but you can stream this, I believe, on Disney Plus, most likely. I'm almost positive I saw it on there. So you can stream it for absolutely nothing until they take it off.
If
And
you have Disney Plus,
if you have Disney Plus,
so there ain't nothing to pay.
yeah. So I yes, this is one that you can watch as a family several times, like we did. So yeah, so please comment below, subscribe if you want, and thank you very much for watching.